Well, greetings everybody. This is Ann Sieg, creator and founder of the E-commerce Business School, coming at you on Tuesday, September 18th. And we are just getting started into our E-commerce Business School campus tour. And so we're going to let folks get situated, rolling in. I'm going to guess for a lot of you, this is your noontime lunch break. So this is a 30-minute call that will formally start right at the top of the hour as people get plugged in here. Primarily, we are broadcasting this from the E-commerce Business School page. And I would like to interact with you, and that's best if you come to the E-commerce Business School page, because this is actually being populated into many of our group pages as well, something like 8 different groups simultaneously. But it's best if you're over at the E-commerce Business School page. And all you need to do is go to the search bar in Facebook. You type in EBS and then E-commerce Business School, and you'll be on the right page. And in that way, we can be interacting together, because I want to help answer your questions as it relates to the E-commerce Business School and the e-commerce space in general. So find your way in, get over to the correct page there so I can interact with you there. And I'm just going to refresh on my page here on a different monitor so I can watch your comments come in and be able to interact with you in our time together here. Okay, it's the top of the hour. So we're going to get started here. Great to have everybody here, and I'm going to actually be sharing my screen. So one moment while I get that situated. All righty. As I go through an overview of the E-commerce Business School, and we're going to go through just a quick snapshot of the history of the E-commerce Business School, which I think is helpful to set context to what we do here. All right, so I think we're good. Or did I hit share? Hang on, I'm going to hit share right there. Okay, we made it. Oh boy. All righty, so here we are. Greetings, everybody. Again, this is Ann Sieg, creator and founder of the E-commerce Business School. This photo here is one of our recent events. We do many of those because I do believe that is the superior form of learning or environment, is actually in a face-to-face environment. Okay, so again, this call is to give you an overview of our full E-commerce Business School campus, along with career options. And we have everything from startup courses on over to sourcing trips to China. A little bit of backstory about what led me to develop the E-commerce Business School. As you can see, these are family pictures. So on the left, that's my family with my husband, Brian, seated next to me. Those are my 3 adult boys, sons, I should say. And so I'll just go from left to right there, and might be the opposite for you as it's a mirror image. But the gentleman in the suit coat there, that's my middle son, Robert, who is a sourcing agent in China. He's lived there 6.5 years. And I think at this time, it would be safe to say he's fluent in Mandarin. He actually has 2 businesses over there as well. Middle boy, or son, I should say, is Isaiah, my eldest, whom I was business partnership with him for over 12 years. And then that's my son, David, there with the sweater on, and he works in our customer care team. So I have included the photo of my parents because they have served as role models for me and a source of inspiration. They're both educators. My dad is a PhD in physics, and he was a professor at the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota. My mother was a school teacher. And so I grew up with these parents who were teachers. And I'm so proud to show my parents that I have my own school, because this has been their life work as teachers. Okay, so relative to e-commerce, my family and I go way, way back. And by the way, I just want to check in and see anybody. Go ahead and write in the comments so I know you're here and I can properly greet you. I'm going to hit the refresh button to make sure that I'm connecting with you all and I don't miss you seeing your comments and the like, because I love to do that. All righty. Okay, folks rolling in. Awesome. Okay, so my sons actually had an eBay business, not from the time of that photo. They're actually much, much younger. Robert in the middle there, he was in about 7th grade, and Isaiah was in 10th grade or 11. He said, Mom, we're going to start an eBay business. And so, hi there, Mary, and hi there, Linda. Great to have you here. Feel free to post any questions along the way. So anyways, my son sold, excuse me one second. Excuse me. Lord of the Rings memorabilia swords. I'm going to get a sip here. Okay. Anyways, so that was our start in e-commerce. It was shortly after the formation of eBay. Okay. And we still have inventory of their swords in our basement. So this is my eldest son, Isaiah, and he was my business partner for 12 plus years. He's a highly skilled and competent marketer in his own right. He was a top affiliate in the world by age 21 for companies that you may have heard of, such as Walmart, Best Western, and GetResponse. So at a very young age, he was a highly skilled marketer. So all three of my sons have worked in my business. There's Robert, that's him in Ningbo, China, and he authored this book for the e-commerce business school, which is called From China to Amazon, an A to Z guide on how to bring a product from the assembly line to your online storefront. Hi there, Betty, welcome. And David here, he does filming at our events, and he is in our customer care team. This is a photo of when we took one of our trips to China, and this was actually our very first one. And this is in the province of Guangdong. And we flew through the city of Shenzhen as part of this trip. Together, this being with my husband and my eldest son, we dominated the attraction marketing space, generating over $20 million in online sales. This goes back to 2007. So that's 11 years ago. And then we transitioned into the e-commerce space in 2013. And it was through the rapid success of our students. It was so impressive. We've never looked back since. And best of all the other online marketing training I had created before coming into e-commerce is as relevant as ever, if not more so. This is when we launched the e-commerce business school. It was April of 2016. That's my husband, Brian. That's my eldest son, Isaiah. We had a cake and our banner is behind us there of e-commerce business school. We are a 12-year-old established training and mentorship community. And our mission is to help 1,000 people make $10,000 a month through my help and team community. That takes a very large reach to reach that goal, but I'm sticking to it. So that can be a very substantial income. Reality is everyone has very different goals for coming here. Some are in retirement and they're just wanting to have something to do in their spare time. So lots of different reasons for why people come here. All right, so I need to move. I got to grab the right page here, so bear with me. And I want to just show you, we actually have two different SmugMug accounts where we archive photos from our events. So this was our first SmugMug account, and you're going to see all these represent an event. Okay, so we've done many, many, many events, and here you see photos from our China trips. There is just simply nothing, it is beyond human speech to convey the experience of going to China. But we took people through Yiwu Market and down to Ningbo and went to the Ningbo product fair there. And then the one prior, we took people to the Canton Fair. This was when we did foot massages and cupping. Yes, the practice of cupping on someone's back, which Brian had done. Anyways, and then we have another SmugMug account. This is the one we rolled out officially when we became the e-commerce business school. So a little over 2 years ago. And you can just see that we have many, many, many events. So all told, I do not have these summed up if it's about 30 different events that we've hosted. And I highly encourage you to put that on as a priority to come to one of our events. They are literally life-changing. It's because of the very strong community feel that we have here. All righty, so I'm gonna tuck that back under. And the reason I show this is a lot of people have skepticism about coming online and learning online, okay? Because it's a different world. Well, I made that transition 14 years ago in 2004, and I'm so glad I did. However, it's interesting, 14 years later, People, they're worried about scams and getting ripped off. And sadly, there are disreputable people online, as there are offline in the brick and mortar space. Same thing, okay? But the reason I show these is we're real people. This is me. I'm not a cardboard figure. I'm real. You know, you can surf through these and you'll see so many pictures, and these are real people. We put our heart and soul into this work, and we love what we do, my entire staff and team. I want to show you that. Now I want to get into some nuts and bolts, a little bit of training here so that you can understand, kind of start to wrap your head around what is going on in e-commerce and how do I make distinctions. So this is a little metaphor that Coach Kurt came up with, and he came up with this car metaphor, and it's called the simple double engine cash flow and asset growth strategy. Okay, so the pink side is representing side hustle, cash in your business tank. E-commerce methods that are proven to get the sales going really fast. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And then in the blue are the scalable asset power source, having your own e-commerce website. Let's be clear, that takes more skill. It's a bigger endeavor. It becomes an enterprise to have an e-commerce store of your own, because now you're going to have to get the traffic, the eyeballs for people to see your product offerings. However, in the side hustle, you're leveraging big stores. You know which ones they are. Amazon, eBay is a store we can leverage because they have the traffic. Learning how to create traffic is a big skill set. So you can start with side hustle where you don't have to worry about traffic, meaning people who will look at your product. Does that make sense, everybody? This is a big distinction. So retail arbitrage helps you create cash flow. And that's simply when you buy a product. It's not always buying, but in this case with the Shop Your Way to Wealth, you're buying and you're flipping to make a profit on Amazon. That's known as arbitrage, taking advantage of price differentials, right? As a result of this, you get to learn the basics of e-commerce. It's a starting point. You're going to learn business building fundamentals. You'll start to develop systems in your business. You're going to develop a list of sources or stores that are your favorites and recognize valuable products. Your brain will start to assimilate and think in the retail space. You'll actually become a retailer if you've never been one before. By default, that's what will happen. But at the end of the day, it's a simple, profitable part-time job. And the reason we say job is it's linear. You have to go out and scan at the store. It's not as scalable. But hey, it's okay. People have bought new homes through Shop Your Way to Wealth. They bought cars. I mean, people have done big, big things with Shop Your Way to Wealth. For some, it's just earn another $200 a month. Perfect. Pay down those student loans, whatever it may be. Okay. And so these are 3 courses that help with the cash flow. They are Shop Your Way to Wealth, which is using your local stores. They are the book flipping profit system, which is leveraging the used book category. It's one of the most profitable categories in all of Amazon. And the online shopping profit system, what is different about that one is it's scalable because it's done totally online. You don't have to run to stores, and you can hire a VA, a virtual assistant, who will do all the research for you. So that moves you into automation and scale when you utilize the online shopping profit system. Okay, now, everyone still with me? What I just mentioned, those are product trainings. Now we're going to talk about mentorship levels. And the distinction there about a mentorship is there is an element of coaching, one-on-one. I am a huge proponent of this because when I came online in 2004, I came on for training. I knew I needed training, right? I was looking for training because I had a problem to solve and I knew it would be fixed by having knowledge. My knowledge was not sufficient. I needed more knowledge. But one thing is I immediately reached out for coaching. Now, some people don't see the value of coaching, and that's A-okay. I was a personal coach for 15 years in the sports world. I know it makes a dramatic difference when it's one-on-one as opposed to a group and going through something in the back office, etc. That is why we have 2 mentorship levels for the cash flow model. Everyone still with me? Is this making sense? If you're like, I don't get it, Ann, this is the time to give me a shout out. Let me know. Okay. So we actually have a total of 4 mentorship levels, and that the connotation is one-on-one help. If you ask any successful business person, guaranteed they had a business success coach, 100% guaranteed. Okay. Anyways, under the cash flow model is the 30-day side hustle challenge. Again, focused around arbitrage cash flow. And a step up from that is e-commerce acceleration. Because then you're going to get, let's see, it's three times more. You get 8 calls actually per month, group coaching calls, in addition to one-on-one coaching and a whole lot more. I don't have time to go into that offer today, but now you want to look below. This is so you have a depth of understanding here. Now we shift to what's called the asset building model. And you're going, I don't know what an asset is, Ann. An asset is something that you can sell to someone who sees the value of your business. Kind of hard to sell your local retail arbitrage business. What are you going to tell them? Hey, guess what? You can buy this from me and you get to go out to the store and do everything yourself. And they're going to say, well, why do I need you? Why do I pay you when I have to go out and do it all by myself anyways? So imagine if you have an e-commerce store and it's generating $100,000 a month in revenue. I can tell you that will fetch you a very, very pretty penny. Much more than we have. There's a whole formula behind it. I have one of our members here, he just sold, I think it was 13 of his stores. I'm not going to disclose the amount because I don't know, but it was in the millions. Okay. So that's when you can sell something and then you're not required. You've set up the whole system, the subscriber list, the whole following for your brand, etc., and you sell it. Does this make sense, everybody? That's a different business model than the cash flow model. Okay. So we have the e-commerce master's program, and that is where you develop assets, scale, and automation. And then you have number 4 is the e-commerce enterprise. Same thing. You develop assets, your Facebook profile page, or I'm sorry, your business profile page, etc. All these assets that are primarily online, right? Scale and automation, but it does include a done for and with you e-commerce store setup. Okay. So let's talk about this a little more. I would recommend this book for you if it's kind of tickling your ear, this idea of having your own business that you can build and sell for a profit. Buy the book, Build to Sell. Creating a business that can thrive without you. Now, some of you are watching this and going, I'm not there yet. Perfectly fine. That's okay. It's just good to know what the options are so you can start to design a bigger game plan. That bigger game plan may be, well, with Shop Your Way to Wealth, I'm going to reach these specific objectives, pay down this debt, bring in a monthly cash flow of whatever. You decide what your objectives are, and then you say, once I've reached those objectives, then I'm going to go over here and start doing that as well. And you can also set up a consultation, one-on-one, complimentary through the e-commerce business school, to kind of get a little grasp on this new information that's coming your way and have a view on this, okay? That can set you up for long-term. I have a hard time moving forward without long-term plans. That's just me personally. I just have to know where I'm going, big picture. I'm a big picture person, and I'll work like nobody's business when I know I have a very clear long-term vision. Hi there, William. Welcome. Great to have you here. All righty, so I do recommend that book. It's super easy, big font. You can read it in like 2 hours. Okay, I want to introduce to you Brian Cummings. This is Brian right here in this photo. He's our Executive Director of Training and Coaching. He's a 9-year-plus Amazon veteran who excelled at the highly profitable book category for 5+ years. We're so grateful for his leadership, his knowledge, his experience, his care, his tremendous care for the e-commerce business school systems. So he started with book flipping. He developed that. That is his brainchild. There's no one else on the web who can say they have it. There's other booksellers, but not with Brian's proprietary system. Hi there, Joy. Welcome. Great to have you here. And so he evolved and he set up his own Shopify store called Stir Crazy Gifts. Now that's his wife, Terry. And this is actually the 4th mobile home that they have bought, their 4th, in his 9+ years as an Amazon seller. Amazon has been very, very, very good to Brian Cummings. It's created this amazing lifestyle for him. They travel, this is Puerto Rico, life is good, okay? And this is the benefit of having, in this case, he has what's called a print-on-demand store. So what are the benefits of this, Ann? Well, you get to build a brand that you can sell. You can sell it on numerous platforms, Shopify, Amazon, etc. You can promote through a whole number of channels. You build up what's called customer acquisition. People have bought your stuff, and that becomes a very valuable list of people, and you can remarket to them again. That's a big asset. My customer list has yielded me well over $20 million in sales. My customer list, okay? It becomes a sellable asset, and it's creative, rewarding, and fun. Okay, this is just a little infographic. I'm not gonna dive into it, but it does encapsulate all 4 mentorships. We have the side hustle. Highly recommend for anyone who's starting at the arbitrage level. Hang with the hustlers, okay, and get in the hustle group. You have e-commerce acceleration, which is an expansion of the hustle and gives you even more support. You have the e-commerce masters program, which we do have an informational webinar this coming Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. I recommend you attend it regardless of your intent to join it or not. It's really just so you know big picture what's available. And then e-commerce enterprise. Okay. Now I'm going to dive into our back office. Okay, everybody still with me, hanging good? And that would be this here. And I'm going to get into our back office. Okay. How many of you have been in the back office? Hi there, Bade. Hey, congratulations. Absolutely, this will benefit you. Bade, what was the product you purchased? Was it book flipping or Shop Your Way to Wealth? Or any others? You let me know, Bade, and welcome. All right, so you go ahead and type that in, and I'll check on your answer in just a minute. So yes, it will benefit you. I'm giving you a big picture view of the e-commerce business school campus. Okay, so I encourage everybody to join here for our weekly Voice of E-commerce. That will happen tomorrow at 12 p.m. All you do is click here, and it's going to take you to right here. Send a messenger. I'm not going to click that because I'm already in the messenger, but you want to make sure you do that because that's complimentary training every Wednesday. I want you to know that we have an upcoming event. It's called the E-commerce Arbitrage Trifecta Workshop Series. There are limited seats, and I guarantee it's going to sell out. Absolutely guaranteed. It's coming up in January in Dallas. And here's what I encourage you all to do. I realize you don't have the full details, but that's okay. Go ahead and put in your request for the information so you can be notified as soon as that is available for you to access, okay? You don't want to miss out on it. The people absolutely loved this, and I can prove it to you from in here. I'm in the right gallery. Let's see, I'll go to home. The people who are at our very first trifecta was this July, and you can surf through and read the many comments in here. So I'll just post it for you right in there, okay? And you're gonna see, I just posted on the page, guys. So you're gonna see comments that showed up on Facebook from our members, and we stuck them in there, okay? All right, so that's what that link is, and I just posted it for y'all. Let's get back to your back office. Okay, this is where you find your products, your courses, whether you're in one of them, 2, 3, whatever. So this is the course library, and you see we have 3 separate cash flow courses, which I just talked about 5 minutes ago, right? Shop Your Way to Wealth, Online Shopping Profit System, and the Book Flipping Profit System. Those all have to do with generating cash flow. And you take care of business with that cash flow. Get clear objectives on what you want this program to do for you. You be in the driver's seat on this, okay? By the way, before I forget, there are beautiful, fantastic testimonials, video reviews. If you click on videos here, okay? I don't want to do it now because it'll probably direct me to this Facebook Live. We have, it must be about 20 different interviews with Shop Your Way to Wealth members. I think the most recent is with Martha, and she just hit her 100K mark a couple of weeks ago or last week. So you want to go to the videos and watch those for tips. She gives some really awesome tips there. Okay, and then I'm going to scroll down and you're going to see asset-based courses, which I talked about a minute ago, which is all of these trainings that you see here have to do with something that you can build and sell. So a twofold, yes, cash flow, of course you want that, but also to build and sell. You could conceivably sell this. If you grow and build your online shopping profit system, you have a great VA, etc. You've got a great system. You could probably sell this business, conceivably. It would really just be the systems though. Whereas here, you're selling brands. You're selling private label products. You're selling your brand, whatever it may be, like Brian is Store Crazy Gifts. But all these trainings here, this is how to build a Shopify store. This is print on demand, wholesale sourcing, sourcing China. We have our own sourcing China expert who lives in China. That's my son. The 5-step formula and list and launch mastermind. Okay. And this is always an ever-growing list. Now I want you to know these are all a part of EMP, and that's the e-commerce masters program. And I said today I was going to shine a light on that. Each week I'm going to shine a light on something different. And I want to make sure I'm following your questions. So I got to bring that up, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure I don't miss any comments you're posting for me. Okay, everybody doing good? Okay, good deal. I'm going to keep going. So if you scroll down a little further, you're going to see the mentorship programs that support you in the asset-based building, okay? Because these become higher level skill sets that you're going to learn. The e-commerce masters program has been, it was called a different program. We started this 6 years ago, and we call it e-commerce masters program starting in 2016. So this has been around for 6 years, and inside EMP, you have the ability, for those who have an interest, obviously not everybody, to become a certified trainer. And that's through a program called TLC, Trainers, Leaders, and Coaches, where there's even higher level mentorship for people who aspire to that career path. So remember I said the e-commerce business school has many career paths. The bulk of them are focused on building your business, but some are for becoming a coach and or a trainer. Right? So, but what I really want to shine a spotlight on, that's a part of EMP for your benefit, and I've never shown this before in any other front-facing call. All right, so I'll just talk about it briefly, and that's because EMP, I'm doing an informational webinar this coming Thursday. So if any of this is sparking your interest to learn more, I'll give you the registration link in a moment. You want to show up on Thursday at 8. But inside EMP, we have daily check and adjust calls. And you go, well, I don't get, what is that, Ann? A check and adjust is anytime you're stuck and you need to get unstuck, you can show up 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and ask you questions of any coach or expert that we have that helps put on these calls. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Because here's my bold claim here at the e-commerce business school. There's no way anyone could come here and leave saying, I never got the help I needed. It is virtually impossible for that to happen, because I set this school up to work for a person like myself. So check and adjust Why do I have that? Because it's what I do inside my company, a highly successful company. I do that several times a day. Why would I not in turn then offer that same kind of experience to my members? It's what helped lead me to success. Is I have quick little powwows with my team members throughout the day. I pull them aside. Hey, I'm stuck on this. What do you think? Why would I not create that exact same environment for my members? Because in business, it's always about forward momentum. Now, we're going to have to give it a wrap real soon, but another very high level aspect is the accountability reports. Okay, so I'm going to go in here, and this is where our members submit every week by Sunday evening. It's a submission, and there's training for this. Okay, they need to know how to fill this out. They get a roadmap. We have a 33-page business plan manual, training manual. You know, you read about people who they never had a business plan. And that's not a good idea, is it? So we have a 33-page business plan manual that our members at the EMP level go through. So they share that. There are 3 quarterly goals. There's very high level thought to all of this, but it gets better than that. I personally review these in a video every single week for the e-commerce masters program. I'm giving my high level, which I charge $1,000 an hour, by the way, for my one-on-one coaching, business mentorship. I've been in business online for 14 years. So they get this as part of their mentorship. I'm reviewing their accountability reports. It's absolutely one of my most favorite parts of the program because I get to see the progress of these individuals every single week and give advice every single week. This is my favorite because now I'm truly their business mentor at that high level. All right, I see that we're at the top of the hour. Just want you to be aware we have group pages there. Check those out in your back office. I have a master account, so you won't see all this. You can meet the team here on this page. We've got 2 new people we've got to load into here yet. Actually, it's more like 4. And you can go to testimonials and read there too, success stories that we're really thrilled to share with everybody. So I'm just going to peek over and see if there's any questions. And then otherwise, we're going to give it a wrap. So let me know. Let me refresh and just see if there are any questions from you folks. I hope that you learned something new and got a bigger picture overview of our school and a better understanding as well. This is going slow because I'm hooked up with the software that's kind of sucking up bandwidth. Okay. All righty. I don't see any other questions, I don't believe. All righty. So with that, thank you everybody for attending today's e-commerce business school campus overview. I'm just going to change something right here for a second as we bring this to a close. So it's a wrap. Thanks again. And if you have an interest to get a quick meetup with one of our business advisors, just let us know in the comment section that yes, you would be interested in speaking with a business advisor. And then they'll be happy to send you their scheduler and you can find out more relative to if you have more questions, etc. All right, till then, everybody have a blessed day. Be brave and mighty forces will come to your aid. Bye-bye.